And good day. Today we're having a look at this. It's an Iello optical flow positioning quadcopter, not to be confused with DJI Tello quadcopter. Now this one boasts an optical flow positioning. It has gesture photography. It also has another gesture for videos, and it has a fallback mode. We'll flip around the box, have a bit of a look as usual. Nothing on that side there, nothing on that side. Barcode on that end. Looks like a couple of app store thingies on that end, and over the back you've got here a bit of information on the controller that's included. Now if we go around here, you'll notice this slides, which is rather an interesting way. So you actually hide the quadcopter, then you can look at the quadcopter, hide it again and look at it. I mean, very exciting. Anyway, we have to open it now, so let's get into it. It looks like it's taped. So I've got my trusty little knife here, which I'll get out. And here we go. So let's slice and see what's inside. Okay. Oops, upside down. And there we go. Nice little plastic case. Quadcopter itself. It's interesting, little rubber bumpers on it as well, plastic bumpers I should say. Okay, I'll put that over there. What do we got? That's a, yeah, what is that? Looks like it's to, oh okay, to hold your mobile phone maybe, is it? Yep, that's a phone holder. Oh, we'll get this out next. Looks like a charger. Some tools in there, spare propellers, so screwdriver. Okay, so much for that. And how do we get this out? Oh, here that comes up okay. It's a very lightweight little controller. It looks like we need batteries to go in it. Probably, are they AA's or AAA's? I don't know. We'll work it out once I open it. Okay, that's pretty basic. And yeah, oh, there we go underneath. We've got, ooh, quite a bit of paperwork here actually. I'm surprised. I didn't expect any paperwork. Okay, so we got English. That's, what's that in? Some more bits and pieces. I might come back to them because there is quite a bit to look at there, and we'll position this thing in and see how we can get this working. It feels a bit weak. But oh, well, we'll position it up on the little quad and see what it looks like. Hopefully it'll fly okay, and this thing will be nice with the actual phone on it. Not quite certain yet. Find out soon enough. In the accessory bag there's 4 propellers, 2 screws, a screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and the actual battery charger itself. Now we'll have a quick look at the instruction manual. You can of course pause the page anytime you want and have a bit of a read, see if there's anything of interest in there. It's rather nice to get a little manual. A lot of quadcopters these days don't give it, especially in the cheaper ones. And I think, what do we got, any more have we? Okay, still going. And I think that, here we are, now we're into Chinese, so this is all Chinese on the back. I don't read any of this, so yep, definitely all Chinese. Okay, so much for the little instruction manual. Now we'll have a quick look at this manual, or quick start or whatever it is. It's in multiple languages. We've got English, German, what is that? Japanese, French, Italian and Spanish, and that's all that's in that one. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. This is the app manual, and again we've got multiple languages. That's English first up, that's a German one, Japanese, French, Italian, or Italian I should say. Is that Spanish? And back to English again. We got gesture control. So quite interesting. It's quite a bit. Oh, okay. We got the same thing again in different languages. That's German, Japanese. I mean, I'm sure you're fascinated at looking at all this, but it's in the manual, so I'll flip it through, and we've got a couple more pages to go. You can of course zip through this at any time you like, and that's it. Yay, we're at the back of the book. That's what we like to see. Okay, so there's quite a bit of paperwork associated with the quad, which is interesting. It's quite nice to see. And this is a little colour brochure that was also included, so it's giving you the gesture setup, so it's a little bit nicer than the black and white we looked at before, and that's all the instructions, so it's quite comprehensive. Now I've taken the back off, and it's definitely AAA batteries that are required, and this thing here, it's pretty stiff, but it basically screws into that position under there, so we'll pop that on in a second and see what this thing looks like again. Well, I've mounted the phone, and you'll notice it's offset a bit, and that's simply because one of my buttons here, that's the on off button, is right in the jaws. If I center it, it doesn't feel the best. It's almost asking to break, so I don't think the hinge will last very long, but then again, this can be flown without the phone on it, so I think that'll be the way to go with this particular quadcopter. I've just had a look at the instructions, and for Android mobiles, please use the Google Play Store and download the flier installation software. You can also scan the QR code on the side of the box. Well, we've done that, but it doesn't install it, so we will grab the phone, type in Floyd, whatever it is, and see what happens. And now I've typed in FLORLD, so there it is there. We'll go for the drone, see what it does. Okay, now which one is it? I'm assuming it has to be that one. Oh, well, we'll see what that does. Install. It's happily installing there. So I'll let that install. We'll come back. 27 megabyte to do. Won't take very long, but we'll come back once this is fully, well, maybe I won't come back at the rate it's going. With that firing up pretty quick. Keep this thing going. It's installing it now, and let's open it and see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. So there's the actual software itself. So it's nice to see it's in both Chinese and English, and we've got a help here as well. Oh, okay. That doesn't help me much there. Look at that. That's definitely all in Chinese. Okay. So, very interesting way to set up. Okay. So some of it's in English and some isn't. Let's have another look at that. Is there any... No, definitely nothing there, all Chinese. Okay, free flight. To access photos, yeah, why not, eh? Oh, okay, so we can control it from the mobile phone as well. That's kind of handy. Let's get out and have a look at the folder. What do we got here? Okay, videos. Obviously no videos because I haven't taken any. And it'll be photos. No photos because I haven't taken any. Right, so it's looking fairly straightforward. Be nice if we had. Okay, it's definitely not the best for English. Right, stop, start. I wasn't expecting that, whatever that is. I'm going to have a bit of fun with this, trying to figure out what I can do. Oh, okay, so it's a programming. Fair enough. So you can program it. Looks like the software. That's interesting, and I'm wondering. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it looks like I've got quite a bit of reading to do on this to see what everything's supposed to do. It's interesting. I can't get out of that. Okay. And yeah. Okay, well, we will charge up the battery in the quad and see what we can do. Now, having a quick look at the controller itself, you've got an on-off switch, you've got automatic takeoff. This is an emergency stop button, so you can just turn the motors off. You have controller, obviously which way you're going, up, down, left, right, throttle up and down. These are your trim buttons on the side here. Over on this side here, you've got a headless mode, emergency return. You've got photos and video mode. Up the top here is the speed mode of the actual quad itself, and you've got a flip button on the other, and that pretty well covers all the bits and pieces on the controller itself. Now, coming back to the actual controller again on the phone, you can actually change language. I didn't realise it's got language switching in there. So if we go back now and we go to the help, everything is in English, so it makes it a bit easier for us to read it. I'll just go through the pages so you can have a bit of a look. And that's about it, I think. There's nothing else after that. That's all there is to it. So again, a bit of fun. We'll try flying it shortly, and maybe I'll use the mobile phone first and then we'll use the controller later. So I'm having a bit of a quick look at the control on the phone, the actual app. We've got here, that's the camera, video. This is an interesting one. That one there is your gyro, so if you pick up the phone and move it around, supposedly that's what the quad will do as well. We'll get back into that one. This one here is the speed control. You're on 30%, 60, 100. This one here, you press that and again, some interesting things happen. The quad does a flip, so that's your flip button right there. So that's quite interesting. And then you obviously direct which way you want it to go. Over here, that's an interesting button too. You can actually program a flight. And the quadcopter is supposed to follow it, so that'll be interesting. I don't know whether that will work or not, but we'll definitely give that a go. And tap it to get out again. And this one here is full screen mode. That one is altitude, so you can actually lock your altitude in position, so that's kind of interesting as well. So I'll have a play with that. And you've got your trim buttons, of course, on the side. You've got auto takeoff, auto land, and this little thing in the middle here, that's a selfie, so you can take a photo of yourself. That's quite interesting. So it's quite a comprehensive little app. Over here are settings again, so if you tap that, you've got all these other amazing little contraptions. And over here we have calibration mode, which is that one. No idea what that thing does. Virtual reality. And we've got another one there. I'm guessing that's to do with the camera. But again, I don't know till we start flying it. I can't find these controls in the actual manual, so we'll have to get it outdoors, press a button and see what happens. This little selfie thing's got me curious. I'm guessing that's a timer of some description as well. Not really certain. Again, we'll have to put it to the test. When the battery's fully charged, the little charging cable, as you can see, has a nice red glow to it. Now the battery just slides in and just snaps in position. This little thing on the side is actually the start button, I suppose you'd say, and as you can see it's flashing there, so that's active. Now I'm going to try and pair it with my mobile phone, so we've got to activate Wi-Fi, I believe, so let's get into it and see what we can do here. Okay, mobile networks, what have we got? We don't want that. Let's go back, turn off Wi-Fi, turn it on. Let's see what we're getting here. Okay, there it is. So it's FLD-SS is the one I want. So that's now active. Righto, so just checking the connection. May not be available. Keep Wi-Fi connection. Okay, for what it's worth, I've got no idea. We'll check it out shortly. Let's kick out of this, kick out of that, and back into the quadcopter. I wonder if anything will happen. I might actually move back a little bit and reposition this. It's not too bad indoors, it flies okay. The quad can take a bit of bouncing around off the roof, and it bounces off the walls. The little bumpers on it seem to work okay. It's not bad for little kids to have a play with. It's certainly good at flying indoors. I think it's quite okay to give it to young children to have a fly with. They're not going to have any issues with it. They're not going to do damage, and they'll have a ball, and you don't have to worry about changing propellers, which is even better. Especially if the young ones bump it around the house, into the walls, roof, etc. I've tested all the different functions on the controller itself. Definitely do not use return to home. That doesn't work. That's a waste of time. Hand gestures, couldn't get any of them to work at all. So just accept the fact that it's a cheap little quadcopter, and that's basically it. Now, my thoughts on this. Would I recommend it? Look, as a beginner quad flying indoors, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Kids will enjoy it. If you can afford to buy a Tello, a DJI Tello that is, you know, save your money and get one of them. I think you'll be a lot happier. But if you can't afford the extra expenses, this is not a bad little quad to start the kids flying indoors on. And as always, if you like my video, feel free to give it the thumbs up. If you don't like my video, give it a thumbs down, but at least give me a reason why you don't like the video. Hopefully, if you haven't already subscribed, you will consider it, and I'll get to see you on the very next video. All the best till then. Take care. Bye.